Hey, what's up? Ron here. Welcome to Time Walk TV. I hope you're all having a great day today. Now, if you are new here, we post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday all about Magic the Gathering. So if you want to keep up with all my videos, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. So today we have a Grixis Lotus Field deck lined up for you. It's going to leverage the power of Blood Sun with Lotus Field to power out our big spells like Nicol Bolas and Chandra. So stay tuned. Hey, welcome into Arena. Let's go and take a look at this Grixis Lotus Field deck. We have it loaded up, ready to go. So some of the standout cards that we have here are going to be Blood Sun and obviously Lotus Field, which is going to make us power out a lot of these big spells. So the interaction between Blood Sun and Lotus Field is that this removes all abilities except mana abilities. So this does not sacrifice your lands and it comes into play untapped and still taps for 3 of one color. So that's where that comes from. Some of our big payouts, we have Chandra Awakened Inferno, some of the new cards here. We have Nicol Bolas Dragon God from one of the new sets here. This card is absolutely insane, especially if you can clear the board or keep their threats under control and then play this Nicol Bolas. We also have the Nicol Bolas from M20, which is a creature that flips, and with the help of Lotus Field, we can get to the 7 mana to flip it very quickly. Some of the control cards that we have here, we have Cast Down, Legion's End for all those zombies from Banned Scapeshift or the Yarok decks, Lightning Strikes, Thought Erasures, mainstay in standard right now just to take cards out of their hand. Narset lets us dig pretty deep, find the spells that we need to control the game. Now I've added the Sinister Sabotage because I didn't really like the mass manipulation that I first had in the deck. Now this is a deck from Grixis. He's a streamer for MTG Arena. I kind of ported over the deck, made some small tweaks, changes, stuff like that to kind of make it my own. But yeah, the Sinister Sabotage is nice because you can cast it off one Lotus Field and you get to surveil. So you get to kind of move through your deck a little bit. We have a Cry of the Carnarium just for those smaller little decks. Anything, you know, vampire-esque or even mono-red aggro can get hit by it. Also Ritual, so it takes care of those decks as well. So that's the deck. Let's go and take a look at the sideboard here real quick. We have Duress, Negate, our 4th Legion's End, Noxious Grasp for a lot of those green and white decks. Another Cry for the smaller decks. 2 Hostage Takers to take care of some of the bigger threats, possibly for like Jund Dinos, stuff like that. And then we have Ashiok, Dream Render. Now this was 2 Legions War Boss, but I didn't really like that card. I thought it was a little weak. And Ashiok is nice. If we come up against a graveyard deck, we can exile their graveyard. And it stops Scapeshift from searching their library because there's been a lot of Scapeshift running around. The recent SCG tour that finished, I guess, yesterday now, there was like a ton. There's probably in the top 16, I think there was 6 banned Scapeshift lists. So I think that's extremely popular, maybe just on the SCG side, but it is a really popular deck. So we're going to toss in some Ashioks and see how that does. So that's the deck. Sit tight. We're going to jump into some games right now. All right, welcome into round number 1 with the Grixis Lotus Field deck. Let's go ahead and take a look at our hands, see what we got going on here. So we have a bunch of black cards and no black mana to cast them. It's a tough one. We are on the play. I really want to keep this hand because we have 2 blue lands, but I think we're going to mulligan, try to find some different colors. Well, we found some different colors, but not really what we wanted. I think we're actually going to keep this because if we draw a red source, we have Blood Sun, and then we can, go into our Lotus Fields with that. So let's go ahead and keep this. We'll put one of our Nicol Bolas back because that is really not being cast for a long time. So let's see what we got going on, at least on our opponent's side. I'm not sure if they mulliganed at all either. So if we do draw a land, we do get to play Sinister Sabotage, which is actually really cool. That might get us to our red source. But right now it's not looking too good for us. We might be against an Esper hero deck or blue-black control or Esper. Okay, and this is going to come into play tapped because we don't have a mountain or a swamp. Womp womp. All right, well, let's see what we got here. So they shocked in, so they must be control. I wonder what's going on here. Let's test the waters with a Blood Sun and see what we got. They might have a Dovin's Veto. They might have an Absorb. They might have their own Sinister Sabotage. I'm wondering if they care enough to counter the Blood Sun, and it seems like they don't. I really wish that hit another land. I'd like to hit all of our land drops. That kind of helped the opponent out life-wise because they, you know, Hollow Fountain comes into play untapped, no damage is dealt. So let's see what we got here. If we draw anything, we're good. Let's kind of hold tight. Maybe they'll play something and we can sabotage, and then we can find our, you know, another black source to play Nicol Bolas. Even a Lotus field would be really, really fantastic. Yep, you can draw your cards. So this is definitely Esper control, because the hero decks don't play Chemist's Insight at all. They're not trying for that card advantage type thing, and they're playing Anticipate as well. So this is super, super control. It's been a while since I've seen like an Esper control, but it actually seems pretty good right now with all these creature heavy decks running around. Kaya's Wrath seems really, really good. I'm going to save all my spells. I'm not really going to do too much. So knowing that they are full control, which that's going to tell me that, you know, they probably have counter spells, probably some absorbs, maybe some Dovin's vetoes. So we got to be careful about that a little bit farther down the line. But for right now, we really just need to hit land drops, and we're not finding any. So this might be a really, really long, grindy style game. So we'll see how it ends up. If it comes to like being deterministic that we're going to lose, we'll probably concede. But right now I mean, they're not playing anything, we're not playing anything. So eventually we will draw lands, I think. There's our Lotus field. Okay. 3, 4, 5. I think we're not even going to even consider that right now, because it's probably going to get countered. Let's be honest, it's going to get countered. We might have to wait until we have our counterspell back up here, but because we have all this removal, and they probably don't run any creatures at all. So let's see what we got here. Another land, great. That's good for us. Oop. Perfect. All right, so let's pass the turn. Really want to jam this Nicol Bolas, but I already put one to the bottom, so it's a little tough. We need to just kind of wait it out, get to our Chandra, and then we might be able to do something, at least grind them out that way. I'm not sure what their payoffs are, what their big spells are. Possibly like big Teferi, little Teferi, stuff like that. I don't know what other win cons they have besides maybe Chromium. That would be something. Alright, so they killed our Lotus field, but we have another one. They didn't kill us Lotus field, they killed our Blood Moon. Well, since we're gonna be killing this, so that's both. So let's just strike them. I mean, we have really no other use for this strike at all, and then we'll play our Lotus field, and we'll sack the 2 lands that we used for Lightning Strike. So we're getting our mana in there. We just really hope to not be sacking lands as early. Mortify, such a good card right now. Well, maybe. There's a lot of decks that go really wide with all those zombies and stuff like that, so I'm not sure if Mortify is the best card right now. Legion's End seems like a much better card, personally. So there goes more Chemist's Insights. Oh man, I better get myself a drink. This seems like it's gonna be a nice long game. I'll be talking forever and ever and ever. There's a Kaya's Wrath. Okay. Well, what do we got here? So this will tap for. That's tough. That's tough. Maybe I shouldn't have sacked my red land. Maybe that was not the play. Because this could be 3 black. This would have to tap for red, and this would have to tap for black or blue. I mean, Oh boy, what do we got here? Well, I could cast this and hold. Yeah. So let's cast this, and we'll hold up Lotus Field for Sinister Sabotage. We'll see what they do. Absorb. Well, let's try to counter back. Counter your absorb with a Sinister Sabotage. Do they have another absorb? This will be great because then it's a 2 for 2. Quench. Why quench? Why quench? Oh no. Well, I only have 1 mana. Well, that's no good. At least they only gain life, I guess. But quench? Ooh, they're so cheeky. So that's crazy. I did not expect to quench. That is for sure. Ooh, Blitzon. Don't counter me. Don't counter me, bro. Let's go. That's right. Draw me a Lotus field. Darn. More removal. Well, I can't actually cast this yet. I will next turn. So they use 2 counter spells. I use 1. Narset's a pretty good draw. Let's see if you counter Narset. Yikes. And I can't even cast Nicol Bolas because I don't have the red. Yikes. This is going south quick. The absorb deck. Usually you don't see counter spells very often. I'm sure they have a Dovin's Veto for this, but I mean, that's the thing with counter spells. If you sit around and just wait, then all they're going to do is just draw more of their counter spells. Now, we were a little unfortunate and ran into triple absorb quench with, all of our removal in hand, but that's less counter spells they're going to have later, and we have removal for hopefully some of their end game type cards. So that's the thing. It's tough against counter spells because you don't want to play your spells into the counter spell, but you also don't want to let them sit around stacking up their counter spells, So it's a double-edged sword sometimes, because if you sit too long, they'll just keep drawing and making more land drops, getting more spells in their hand. So sometimes you just got to bite the bullet and just go for it, Just got to play right through all their counter spells as best you can. So they have 5 cards. Vraska's Contempt. Another card I haven't seen in a long time. A little underplayed, but right now with all these decks going wide. Although the Exile isn't too bad. Exile isn't too bad, especially with the Adanto Vanguards in the Vampires deck. Oh, look at that. Another Narset. You thought you were super cool with your triple absorb. Well, guess what? Double Narset. Let's take this and see what you got going on, because I'm curious. Counter me with your quenches. Counter me with quench. So you're going to let the Narset go, but counter this? That's a little suspect. Come on. Come on, just let me see. It's okay. I'm not going to hurt you. Just let me see what you got going on in there. Please? Syncopate for 6. What? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they have Syncopate plus a counterspell up. That's interesting. Okay, well, Narset is still on the battlefield. We get 1 more activation, hopefully. All right, what do we got? All right, Thought Erasure. We're doing this first. Darn it. Don't Syncopate. This is like, I don't know if this is just like an old, what in the world is going on right now? Okay. Deep breath. Let's figure this out. So they're playing a very old style of Esper control, which is kind of a good idea because no one expects these kind of cards, which really catches people off guard because they're used to these control decks not having any counter magic at all, so they're just jam, jam, jam. So when you have all these counter spells, you can kind of, catch them off guard. So we're going to take a D-Spark, actually, because all of our main win conditions are, 4 CMC or greater. And then Quench really doesn't mean anything right now because we have so much mana. Unfortunately, we don't get to minus Narset again, so that kind of stinks. Nicol Bolas is good. 3, 6, 7. Ooh, baby. That plays. Discard, please. Oh, man. What is this? You can only do it as a sorcery? Seriously? Alright, go for it. D-Spark me, baby. Well, at least I went for it. So we got the D-Sparks out of their hand. 2 D-Sparks main. Crazy. Okay, well, there's our Sinister Sabotage. Okay, well, at least we have protection from something. Come on. I mean, we've been doing pretty good with our draw, so I can't really be like, come on, one time. Because we've had plenty of one times. And we got double Narset activations, so, or triple Narset activations with our other one. Just kind of hoping they don't play their things, but whew, what a draw. What a draw. Tell me you have more counter spells. That would be insanity. Insanity. Negate Dovin's Veto? Don't be Dovin's Veto, please. I can at least counter anything else. Syncopate for 8. I will attempt to sinister sabotage your Syncopate for 8. Quench me, baby. Quench me, baby. You know you want to. Don't Dovin's Veto me. I know you left those 2 open for Quench. I know you did. I know, just hold it in your hand. There's no reason to actually cast it here. I can pay for it, and there's no reason to lose a card when I'm going to plus Nicol Bolas, and you want to lose another card. So, yep, surveil that in the graveyard. Sinister Sabotage has been excellent as a 2-of right now, so far. All we can do, ooh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to Narset again. Yes, sirree. And hit nothing. Ooh, boy. That's a tough pill to swallow right there. Thought it was cool. Not cool enough. All right, let's do this first before we do anything. Well then, what do we have here? I guess we take the Syncopate. Leave that Chandra on top because we're gonna plus and we're gonna get it. What are you gonna do? Get rid of the land in your hand? Probably. Yep, bye-bye land. Well, we're bringing the Pain Train. We're casting a Chandra with 2 mana, so feels good because now we get to put with Nicol Bolas. We're gonna be able to put 2 emblems on our opponent every turn. Oh, Esper Control with so many counter spells. Why are you doing it to yourself? Vraska's Contempt? Well, that's unfortunate. Let's plus. Maybe we should have not plussed, but that's okay. We're up to 4. This is what, a -2? Yes, that'd be nice. -2 next turn. Feels good. Don't need to Thought Eraser just yet. This will slowly tick down and kill them. Teferi. Well, that's something I can't really help. Yikes. Okay. That kill a Planeswalker? It does kill a Planeswalker. Yikes. Well, that was a good draw for them. I mean, they've been going pretty far without a good draw, so they kind of deserve the good draw. I wish we could redirect this. That would be so sweet. So sweet if we can redirect. Holy crap. We are almost to the Nicol Bolas we put on the bottom. Holy moly. We put a lot of cards at the bottom, didn't we? Alright, so we can Thought Erasure first. See what you working with. Really? Really? That was it? That was the defining moment? Huh. They must have had something in their hand. Maybe they have like the blue finale or the white finale. They don't want me to see it. Because they did that, I honestly think I want to keep in Legion's End. I think they had the white finale in their hand. Why else would they concede the game at that exact point? Alright, well, let's take out our... We're not going to take out our rituals because it feel like they're going to bring in... what is that card? Thief of Sanity. Keep everything else in. Everything else seems pretty good. Keep in Legion's End for kind of that craziness. Although if they have Teferi, Time Raveler, then we're in a little bit of trouble. But all that. Cast down. Take out cast down. And what else should we take out? How many lands are in this deck? 26, and we didn't hit a land that whole time. That's absolutely bonkers. One thought erasure is going to go. Don't like thought erasure as much on the draw, but again, I'm just, you know, setting up to tear their hand apart. So yeah, let's go for it. I'm keeping Legion's End in because I think they have the Finale of Glory to make a bunch of tokens, so we might need that later. It's a possibility. I just think it's so weird that they conceded at that point. I think that's, I mean, I feel like that's the reason. Yep, let's keep, if we draw a red land, we have turn 3 Blood Sun into Lotus Field, and that feels great. Great, great, great. What do you got, opponent? Still on 6 cards? Yep, 6 cards. There is our red land. We feel like we just, you know, climbed Mount Everest. We're at the tippy top. We're putting the flag in. Flag's going in. Perfect. Look at this curve. Show me what you got. Let's go. Dovin's Veto. Deal. Deal. You got me. Blood Sun, go. Go, Blood Sun, go. Draw a card. Oh, it's a land. I always wanted a land. That's what I wanted for Christmas. What do you got? Nothing. This deck's filled with counterspells, dude. Filled. Oh, let's see what you got. Narset's in the air. Counter's coming. Can't quench that, but you can absorb it. Throw another one down. We'll draw a card. Little cantrip action here. Ooh, next turn we get to duress them and then play Bolas. That feels great. And they miss a land drop. It feels even better now. What you got for me, opponent? Or are you going to counterspell me? So let's see. Liliana, quench, devout decree. If we play a land, let's see. That would leave us enough mana for that to go through. So we do the devout decree because they're still 2 off of the other thing. We play this land. And we have 1 left over. Quench me, baby. You won't. You won't do it. I'm glad they chemisters incited. I was going to say, no, don't quench. Next turn we get to flip this sucker too. That feels super good. And they ditched the land, so we know their hand right now. They must like that other card then, because if you ditch a land, that's kind of scaring me. Well, let's swing, I guess, and see if they kill it. Boom. Okay. Anything? You gotta have something. No way you'd... Oh my goodness, we get to flip Nicol Bolas? No. Yo. Seriously? Okay, so let's look. What do we have in our bin? Narset. Their bin has absolutely nothing. Question is, do we draw 2 or we bring back Narset? Oh, I already have it up. Target creature, planeswalker. I'm actually gonna return Narset. I really want to get some more stuff going here. Oh, it feels so good. Duress you. Oh, they have the Liliana. We're gonna take the Liliana. I don't care if you Vraska's Contempt one of my guys. We can't beat that card right now. We cannot beat that card. What do you got? Vraska's Contempt, my big bad Nicol Bolas, because I'm gonna find another one with this one. Hee hee hee. And they still get to hold up Quench. Quench is probably really good if I didn't have a bunch of Lotus Fields. Ooh, Nicol Bolas. Beep beep. Here he comes. Big bad Nicol Bolas. Guess what? We're narsetting. Ooh, Chandra. It's getting a little out of hand right now for our opponent. The quenches are very suspect. Not really a huge fan of the old quenches there. That was a nice duress though. Very good duress. Well, that's plus. What do we got? Negate? Okay. Could have used that last turn, but I'm okay. Yep, get rid of your land so you can't cast your 6-drop Liliana. We'll toss that and play. We have a ton of mana. A ton. 3, 6, 9, 10. Whew. I feel like this deck needs something to use that mana up a little bit. Like, I wonder if we could trim like a sort. What are you gonna get with that? I'm gonna say okay, because I'm really not sure what you're planning on taking out of my deck with it. But the main thing is, can we fit in a card that uses the excess mana? Now I know mass manipulation does that, but that's such a it seems like a really niche card, and it's really blue heavy when we're already somewhat black heavy because of the triple black and Nicol Bolas. Maybe like expansion explosion, because it also deals damage and draws us cards, where mass manipulation kind of doesn't. I don't know. Having the triple blue seems, or the quadruple blue seems really really tough. We'll keep plussing this actually. There's our negate. They got rid of our Nicol Bolases, but I don't think they can win. Yeah. I think this Nicol Bolas is just going to keep ticking up, and we're going to eventually win that game. So super cool game. Super interesting seeing Esper mid-range again, or Esper control again. Especially with all those counter spells, I did not expect it. So super fun game, and stay tuned for round number 2. All right, welcome in for round number 2. So let's go and take a look at our hand here with our Grixis Lotus field deck, and it is a big stinker because we have the dreaded Lotus field and 1-land combo, as it were. So we're gonna mulligan this. Yep, this hand looks great. We're probably gonna get rid of black. Probably get rid of a Sulfur Falls. We'll keep this, and we will get rid of. We want more black because of Nicol Bolas, and these don't matter. We want the double blue we already have. So, well, actually, let's get rid of Steam Vents, because if it's an aggressive deck, we don't want to get kind of zapped. Man Bear Pig. Oh boy, we all know what happens when you mess with the Man Bear Pig. I mean, Al Gore knows, but that's a story for another time. Then we have that little bug where every single card we draw looks like it was drawn from Nicol Bolas. So that's extra spicy one here. Even their cards look like they've been drawn from Nicol Bolas. They got the little black smoke trail behind them. Our opponent has a cool little kitty cat. Could be a Man Bear Pig, you never know. We're going to get Thought Erasure? No, we're getting opted. They're opting to put one on the bottom and draw a card. Okay, well, there is the good old Lotus field that we're not going to play right now. But let's see what they got going on in their hand. It is a blue-black control deck, and we cannot beat that card, so we're going to get rid of that. Legion's End, probably not good enough. We kind of want a Blood Sun, or yeah, I guess Blood Sun's really what we want. Hopefully in our set we'll find us said Blood Sun, and then we'll be able to cast it. Looks like they will be playing their Narset this turn, which is fine. And we will also be playing our Narset as well. Minus. The old Narset finding Narset trick. Boy. Not a big fan of that one. Search Rescanter, that's fine, because when we get Blood Sun, then that turns that off. They have no way of getting rid of enchantments. They have Contempt. Let's minus. Blood Sun, Blood Sun, Blood Sun. Let's go. Yeah, no. Not happening, apparently. Yeah, we'll just say go because we have nothing more to do. And they only have one card in their graveyard, so that's good. Azcanta won't flip for a while. Next turn, I think we still play Narset because we want to try to hit that Blood Sun as soon as possible. Once we get that in play, Azcanta does nothing, and our Lotus Fields are untapped untapped Dark Ritual cards. Dark Ritual is an old card. It was 1 black for triple black, so it was like, Ritual. 1 black makes 3 black. It's great. Well, I think we're just going to Sinister Sabotage this, because it feels like they want to draw cards, but I really want to find a Blood Sun, so the Surveil kind of works. Yes, let's play the new one. Keep that one, minus. Goodness gracious, we have a lot of removal here. Let's take the Legion's End. And let's just play this tapped. We're going to wait as long as we can to play Lotus Field. As long as we can. Even though I could have played it there and sacked these two, and it would have been okay. Because then, Nicol Bolas would have been great last turn. Let's see what they do. Kefnet. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can find our Blood Sun. We did not. Ritual is a terrible draw. 3, 4, 5. Do 4. So 5, and this will be 8 minus 2 is 6. Close. Untapped land would make this flip, though. What to do here? Because I can't Thought Erasure and play a Nicol Bolas, so that's kind of a bummer. I think I play this Nicol Bolas and then play Lotus Field. See what they have. Kefnet is a bit of a problem. Virtuoso doesn't kill this. We have black. Yeah, so I don't want to get rid of any blacks. I guess this taps for triple black, so it doesn't really matter. We'll just get rid of one of each. And we'll stick with what we got here. So this might flip. We really wanted to hit our Blood Sun. Doesn't look like that's going to happen. We're digging pretty deep. I mean, we're only 42 cards in, but man, I really wish we found a Blood Sun, because it looks like they have a removal spell for this. Enter the God Eternals. Yikes. Well, did not expect such things. 3, 4, 5. So cast for what? Those two? We have this. So we can do this plus Legion's End. Destroy target creature. They'll put it back. That's okay. And then we'll Legion's End. They're choosing if they want to put it back, which they definitely should. And we'll kill the Legion's End. Or we'll kill the zombie token, and then we'll get to look at their hand. Drawn from Dreams. Well, if there's ever a card to get them back in this game, Drawn from Dreams is definitely that card. Ooh, I love this card so much. It's Fish Through Time. Especially the Kefnet. Oh my goodness, it's legitimately Dig Through Time. At sorcery speed, obviously, but we still have Nicol Bolas in play. And we get to Thought Erasure them to see what they drew. Ooh, don't Thought Erasure me, dude. Narset. Okay. Well, we get to see what else they picked up from Narset and their other side of Drawn from Dreams. So, not too bad, not too bad. See what they're working with here. Liliana. No, thank you. What else did you pick up? Kefnet and Liliana. Yikes. Well, I think we can beat Liliana because we have Nicol Bolas. So I think we're going to take Kefnet, put the ritual in the graveyard. We will. Plus, we won't be able to draw a card, which is fine. Okay, the thing is, we need to... What's his -3? Because we can play this. Kill the Narset. I think we want to do that, actually. Maybe we should have done that earlier. Yes, we'll play this new one. Keep this one -3 on Narset, and then they're gonna play Liliana. That'll waste up their whole turn. They'll make a zombie. I'll be able to Legion's End the zombie. Plus this. Oh, I can do what you're doing. I'll make a zombie myself. That's right. You better believe it. Exile target creature and opponent controls with convert mana cost 2 or less. And all the creatures that player controls. Ooh, baby. I think we just make a zombie to block their zombie and keep our removal spells. Ooh, that's pretty slick. We will have to deal with said Liliana very fast. Definitely not messing around with that one. I think we hold on to the Legion then because they will exile instead of kill, which whenever a creature you control dies, draw a card, so we want to avoid such things. As long as they don't draw a removal spell for Nicol Bolas, I think we can plus them enough to kill their Liliana. Oh no, they just Legion's End their own guy. Crap, they're running Legion's End too? I would have just done it to this thing. Crud. Well, that doesn't feel good at all. Now our Nicol Bolas is gonzo. That's 2 Nicol Bolases. Yikes. Well, we got through most of our removal, I think. Gosh, that's a bummer. And they have search going too. I'm getting beat up by this Manbear Pig pretty bad. We need a Blood Sign. We were searching for Blood Sign for so long. For a very long time we were doing such things. Oh, man. Well, what can we draw that can get us out of this? Because this thing is going ham in about 2 turns. I don't think we have anything to kill it. Maybe if we draw a... What's his name off the top? He went through 2 Nicol Bolases so far. Yikes. Well, I guess we'll kill the zombies and then they will Azcanta. Well, let's see what they get off Azcanta. If they get something real good, then we're just going to pack it in. Vraska's Contempt. Okay, that doesn't stop our... Nah, we'll hang on to that sucker. Man, we really needed Bloodstone this game, and it just did not work out. Maybe next game. If we draw... Man, this is so tough, because if we draw Nicol Bolas, then we could kill the Liliana. And I can't do it right now. Why are you doing this? Oh, because that and this and that. Yep, makes sense. So I could have ritualed them, and they wouldn't have drawn any cards because of this card, and I'm just so silly and I don't read my cards. Okay. She is at 9. Well, we found the old Blood Sun. The old Blood Sun. We done found it. Just let it resolve. It's okay. You don't have to search or anything. Darn it. They found the line. Search for what, though? I don't know if we can beat this Liliana ultimate. We have a lot of mana. Alright, so another Vraska's Contempt. Another deck that's running a ton of Vraska's Contempts. Gosh, that's so strange. That is very strange. Because it's just so targeted, you know, and there's just a lot of things that go really wide, really fast, so... Are you going to minus is the question. Why did that come into play tapped? I think is that bugged or something? I feel like it's bugged because why would that come into play tapped? Whatever. Are you going to minus? Okay, there's the minus. So choose an artifact, a creature, enchantment, a planeswalker, and a land. Choosing a land. Choosing that. Choosing a land. Submit. That's way more brutal than maybe I didn't read it correctly, but holy moly, that's brutal. That's super brutal. Yeah, we have a land. That's okay. Nice duress main board. Holy cow. I still can't get over both of these decks we played against had Vraska's Contempts in them. Like, what do they do against, like, Field of the Dead with Vraska's Contempt? It does kill Yarok pretty. Yep, just thought erasure me to see what you got on top. Hopefully they put something in the yard because they didn't want it. Doesn't look like it. They're taking a long time on this decision. Watery Grave. At least their search for Escantus turned off. That's always cool. And we'll play our land and say go. Which is cool is if we draw Nicol Bolas, we can actually cast them. So this is still looking pretty sweet. Pass the turn. Go ahead. That Vraska's Contempt is killing me right now. This is turned off so they can't search their, go through their deck really quick. They're at 29 cards. We're both at 29 cards. Wow. Didn't seem like the game was going by that long. Maybe just because it was super fun. Super back and forth, like these kind of games. Do you have a threat? You do not. You have a thought erasure to see my land. They still have that Vraska's Contempt, which really stinks. Not a fan. Oh no, and they kept the card on top. Yikes! I think we're doomed here. What else you got? Nothing? What's okay. Alright, we're back in it after the old Liliana ultimate. I'm not sure I would have ultimated the Liliana. Yep, there's a search. So that's going to help them every upkeep turn so they can choose what card they want on top of their library. So that's pretty cool. Alright. The old Blood Sun. Draw a card. That's a good one. We need another threat besides this one, though. Because this, unfortunately, is going to die in a fiery Vraska Doom pit. Put that in the graveyard and draw another one. Blood Sun coming in clutch now to turn off their Azcanta. No more card advantage for you besides the other search. Love this card, by the way. Search for Azcanta is great. Ooh, what you got? What you got? Land and pass the turn. Yes. Oh, yeah. Which one do I want to survive, though? Which one to survive? Probably Chandra? Yeah, we want Chandra to survive. So we will play the old Nicol Bolas right into that dirty rotten right there. This guy actually draws a card, too. Maybe we should have kept this one around since it's got card advantage built into it. But I think we'll let this one eat the Vraska's Contempt, and then the Chandra should... If as long as it sticks around for a couple of turns, it should close the game out pretty quickly. See if they exile a card from their hand. Most likely. Alright, Cry's gone. Yep, end the turn. What you got, opponent? 26 cards to 24 cards. Holy moly, how did I get farther in my deck than you? Interesting. We were both toward the really bottom part of our deck for sure. We got through two of their Lilianas and a God Eternal Kefnet, so we're doing pretty good. Not as good as I thought we were. But let's go ahead and play this sucker. Do we minus or go up to 8? 8 And then this hits it down to 4. I think we just minus X. 5. I know it doesn't actually get rid of it, but it gives us a couple turns. Gives us a couple turns to kind of figure ourselves out here. I'm actually going to play the Thought Erasure right now, only to just surveil and see if we can hit another Nicol Bolas. All right, not too bad. They're going to put that probably in the graveyard if it's not good enough, just so they can get to their Kefnet faster, which would be actually pretty smart. Yep, there goes Ritual. They're going to draw, and then the next draw will be Kefnet. But little do they know, we have our good friend Nicol Bolas on top. He's probably my favorite character besides Jace in the Magic lore, just because he's so powerful. Well, now he's not powerful apparently, but I think he's got something up his sleeve. Good, so we'll be able to plus Chandra and then kill the Kefnet with the old... Well, I can't see the Kefnet. What happened? Why can I not see this card? Shouldn't that be Kefnet? Is it not Kefnet? It should be Kefnet. Okay, I was like, wait, I should be able to see that, right? That's -3 the Bolas to destroy target creature. We're just basically playing a tempo game at this point. Keep the Kefnet under control for the time being. Because we have to somehow get a clock going. Because this Kefnet is going to ruin our life. Especially with search. Because you can just choose to keep a spell on top and then Kefnet can, copy it and double it. So next turn we're going to do a plus on Chandra both times, and that should get us pretty close to the win. We'll see. But yeah, I love Nicol Bolas. I think he's super cool. Apparently they beat him somehow, even though he had the Elder spell and he was stealing sparks, and he's always beat up Ugin, and all of a sudden Ugin is no, we're putting you in the Shadow Realm. Whoa. Oh, we have a whole turn where we get to just plus our... Come on. No, we want to... Each opponent gets an emblem. And we want to... Each opponent gets an emblem. Ooh, this is at 5 already? We can cash this sucker in? Woohoo! Feels good. Look at Nicol Bolas. This Nicol Bolas trigger right there in the middle. Oh, he's so cute. Look at the little Nicol Bolas trigger. I think my favorite lore was when Nicol Bolas was on Amonkhet, because you got to follow the Gatewatch and see what Nicol Bolas was kind of plotting the whole time, and then at the end Nicol Bolas just beat down the Gatewatch, and it wasn't even difficult for him. It was just playing with ants basically. When he took his claw and he pushed it through Gideon's invincibility and just tapped him in the heart basically, and was like, you're nothing to me. You're nothing to me. All right, let's see what Narset digs up for us. Maybe it's a kill spell or something. Lightning Strike, huh? Maybe we take a Lightning Strike actually. All right, let's will that give me a +2? Feels great. Each opponent gets an emblem. And then each opponent gets an emblem. So now these are both can't be killed by the old God Eternal, and there's so many of them. There's 5s. Whoa, man, this thing's dealing tons of damage. And look at Blood Sun just doing work. This is all after they ultimated Liliana. What is going on? We're doing it. Yeah, this feels great. We're just grinding this blue-black control deck out of the whole universe at this point. Whole multiverse. We are down to the bottom 20 cards in both of our decks. This has been a crazy game. Crazy. Oh, we'll just resolve all. What am I doing? This lightning strike might be the correct call on this little burn plan here, because these +2s have been super good, putting a clock on them and getting them out of range for Kefnet. And they didn't draw an instant or sorcery because they didn't reveal it with Kefnet to do it twice. And they're just coming right for the dome here. You got it. Still a couple turns away. I think you went 4, 8, 12. You have 3 more turns of you swinging at us. I think you'll be dead by that point. Very possible. Yep. Ooh, packs it in. We got through the Liliana ultimate and we got the win. Ooh, it feels so good. Let's go ahead and go to game 2. This is going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy game 2. Oh, they they gave up. No way. We came back and beat them so bad they just conceded the whole match. Are you serious? Oh, that's how you do it, folks. That is how you do it. All right, welcome into round number 3 with the Grixis Lotus Field deck. Let's go and take a look at our hand, what we got. Looks like a really good hand, actually. We have the Lotus Field Blood Sun combo. All we need is 1 more untapped land for turn 3. Jam Blood Sun and then Lotus Field into Nicol Bolas. Feels great. So let's go ahead and grab that. Keep this 7 easy, easy. Looks like we're against the Nicol Bolas sleeves and the avatar. So our arch nemesis and main character of our deck is now battling against us. Blue-black, huh? Wish we were able to draw a... Excuse me. I wish we were able to draw a Thought Erasure there. Kind of take a peek at what they're doing. But, unfortunately... Tell me they play a Blood Sun. Ooh, that was going to be so cool if they did. So cool. Super epic if they did. Good thing we have this Cry of the Carnarium. Okay, we're looking good so far. It looks like they're like the Grixis aggro, Grixis mid-range, yeah, with the Dreadhorde Butcher. So this is going to be actually pretty sweet because Lotus Field is going to be able to take out all of these creatures. Why? Oh, that got a second counter. Are you serious? No. The plays are too good. Oh, that's terrible. Probably have to throw this Nicol Bolas under the bus. Ooh, just kidding. We have rituals. We're feeling it now, man. Well, we got to do this, right? I guess we don't have to, but let's ritual. So just get these guys out of the way. We'll take 3 down to 10. Not too worried about it because we're gonna Thought Erasure them. Didn't even realize we had a ritual sit in our hand. Thank goodness we did, because I was very, very, very sad. What in the world is going on in this hand? It's all like the best Grixis cards you could think of. Like, I want to take the Bedevil, but we can't actually kill the Nicol Bolas, so we should probably just take their threats that kill us. And land can go to the bottom. We're looking for other things. Lotus Field is a great draw. Play our Narset here. Minus. What do we got? Nicol Bolas. Yes. Feels great. You have to Bedevil. Discard a card, please. I don't want you to kill my Planeswalker with this thing. I'd rather you kill this thing with this thing and not that thing. If you understood that, thumbs up to you. Because I understood it in my mind, because everything and thing and this and that is one of those cards. So they have a choice to make. Do you let me untap and flip the Nicol Bolas, or do you kill it with Bedevil only to get Nicol Bolas the following turn? They're choosing to remove a threat as needed, and hopefully they miss another land drop. Nope, they do not miss the land drop. Okay. Let's minus, see if we can find a Sinister Sabotage. We do not. We find a Chandra. And we already played a land, So let's do the Chandra thing. I don't know if they can come back from this. We kind of accelerated a little pretty quickly, you know, past what they could possibly do. So this is going to put a clock on them. If they kill this with a bedevil, then we do get to Nicol Bolas them next turn. I really want this to stick more than this because this will draw us cards every single turn. Lightning strike us. Okay. I don't know if you have that much burn. Although they do have like Dreadhorde Butchers and stuff. Oof. Yikes. Yikes. You're not going to kill my Narset? Darn. Okay. Well, to start off, we're going to do this because we don't want this to get any bigger. If it's exiled, well, it, oh, no, you don't. No, you don't. Get out of here. That's right. Sinister Sabotage coming in clutch again. Ooh, we stole that win. We stole it. They missed the land drop for a few turns, and we got them. All right. Game 2. What do we do? We have really good... now, I saw this deck today, actually. It's like Dreadhorde Butchers, War Bosses, Nicol Bolas's. Just like really, really powerful curve of creatures, and then all like the best Grixis spells, all the good removal and stuff like that. So Cry seems good, but not great. Legion's End seems good against the Dreadhorde Butcher. Hostage Shaker might not be bad. What do we do? I don't think we want any of these. Maybe Hostage Taker. Maybe we cut down on one Legion's End because I think they only have like 4 of the lower end creatures. This will be good for all those small creatures as well. Maybe we just do something like that. I don't think we need Chandra in this matchup. I think Chandra is not what we want. I wish we had another Ritual of Soot. That would be actually pretty great. Maybe we do like double Duress or something along those lines. Maybe that might be where we want to be. Because I don't think I want Cry just because a lot of their stuff doesn't get killed by it. Yeah, let's do double Duress and see what they're working with. Now, I don't like Thought Erasure that much on the draw, but it still seems like a good card, right? Yeah, let's do that. Hostage Taker seems like it might be a really good card against them bringing in Thief of Sanities or something along those lines. So, hey, and if we sideboarded wrong and we get crushed, we always have another game to redeem ourselves. But yeah, looks like Nicol Bolas is teaching us a little bit of a lesson here. Now, this is a decent 6. I'm just counting it as a 6 because Lotus Field, we don't have the Blood Sun, so Lotus Field isn't really that great. So we'll keep. We do get to turn 1 to rest them. Don't know if we want to turn 1 to rest them. Because if they go turn 2 Dreadhorde Butcher, we want to Legion's End it. Because if they have a second one in their hand, we get some serious value out of this card. There's the Hostage Taker. That's actually great. Yeah, let's see what they're working with. Bedevil and Negate, huh? Legion, War Boss, Nicol Bolas. Well, not looking great, but let's take the Bedevil. Because we don't want them to kill our Hostage Taker, basically. Alright, so they're going to play War Boss. We're going to sit back and feel terrible. Actually, alright. This feels great. Missed a land drop. Feels even better. Double War Boss. Ooh, boy. We are skating on thin ice. Don't draw land, please. Do not draw land, please. They didn't. Woo-hoo-hoo, boy. We are running hot. Running hot, people. Alright, there it is. Now I'm gonna make a risky play here. And I'm gonna sabotage, or I'm gonna Hostage Taker their Legion War Boss. Risky indeed. But you gotta risk it to get the biscuit. You know what I'm saying? You gotta risk it to get the biscuit. Yep, you say it with me. Risk it to, yep, you got it. You got it. Now they hit their other land drop. Not so good for us unless we draw a removal spell that we don't have to kill this. But we're just gonna keep drawing lands. Lands and lands and more lands. Yeah, we'll just play this now. Yeah, we're attacked. Oh no! What are you doing? Oh no, why'd I do that? Oh, you silly, stupid person. Yeah, don't block it. Oh, they thought I had a shock. Oh, we did it. Oh, we don't have a shock, dude. We have triple lands. Oh, it feels so good. Block you. Thank you. That's a lightning strike. We will swing like this. You didn't block the first time. You might block this time though. Shock you. Very shocking. We do lose our dude, but we also are now staring down another Legion War boss, so that kind of stinks. What did you have that you... Oh, no, you didn't. Oh, good. You got rid of Bloodsun and a bunch of lands. Good, we might actually have a chance. Maybe not, because they have a zombie that's a 4/4. Maybe not. Whew, that's not good enough. Not good enough. Let's... I guess we plus. Try to save us some life. Well, that's pretty terrible. Maybe we just pack it in. Maybe we want all the cast downs, probably. So this has to attack me to get the thing. Okay. Oh, Ritual of Soot would be fantastic right now. Can we afford it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and we are dead. Okay. So, what do we do? What's the plan? What's the plan of attack? Cry doesn't seem that bad right now. Well, maybe Chandra does stay in. Hostage Taker actually wasn't that great. I'd probably rather a Chandra just to sweep the board. We're going to take out the Duresses. They were pretty crappy, and we can just play through their removal pretty easily. And we'll bring our Cries in. That seems reasonable. Keep the Legions and in. We really don't have a lot of great removal for 4-drop creatures, unfortunately, but we'll keep this in because those war bosses kind of get out of hand. But we are on the play this time, so that's even better. We have a better chance of winning this time. And why pumpkins? Because, you know, pumpkins. That's what happens. You know, people ask me why pumpkins. Well, this guy knows. Just, you know, pumpkins, right? 2, 3, 4 with the lands to cast them. Keep all day long. Blood Crypt tapped, and we're going to probably shock in a Steam Vents. They have the Knight of the Even Legion. Yep. Yikes. What do you got working here? Double. Oh, these Nicol Bolas. Gee willikers, Batman. Take the Legion War Boss. We'll keep the Lightning Strike just because it deals with some of these things. 1, 2, and then we'll cry and kill them all. Alright, so they have... See if they have their third land. They have a bunch of 2 5-drops and a 4-drop. They do not. So we will play Nicol Bolas, and then 2 turns we get to play Chandra. 1 Nicol Bolas down. Don't have. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that. We'll block that silly, silly goblin forever and ever. Yeah, there's the 4. Maybe I should have done this. 3, 4, 5, and then just 5, 6. You gonna trade? Okay. Darn it. Oh, man, we are not really running great right now. We are not running the best. Narset, not what we want. We want an untapped land so we can kill this war boss thingy. Don't draw a land. Please don't draw a land. Oh, they drew a land. No. Oh, if we draw a land, we can wipe the board. Gosh, that's a beating right there, ain't it? That's an old beating. 2, 4, 5. Yep. Good golly gosh. And they get to plus this. Oh, yay. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. How do they do it? Why did I do that? I wanted to get rid of the legions then. How do they do it every time? God. Gosh darn it. Gosh diggity darn it. I swear they're like, oh, I missed 2 land drops in a row, but I'm gonna hit my 4, 5, and 6 drops right on time. Oh gosh, what else you got? Oh, good golly gosh, you win, dude. Oh, this is terrible. All right, you win. You're way luckier than me. I'm sorry. I ever didn't think you could win, but you proved me wrong. You crushed my spirits. So good game. All right, so let's go and do a little wrap up section here. After a couple of games that were really, really long, really grindy, some good games. It has a couple frustrating games. The deck overall was actually really, really fun. I really enjoyed the big giant payoffs in this deck. I thought Nicol Bolas is, still insane. Chandra, obviously crazy. Still like the interaction between Blood Sun and Lotus Field. Super powerful. Having a land that taps for 3 coming to untapped. As the game goes long, then you're able to play your 3 mana spells with 1 land and some of your 6 mana spells like Chandra for 2 lands. So that interaction is still super powerful, and we need to explore it a little bit more before it rotates, because Blood Sun is leaving in the fall, and I would like to explore it a little bit more with maybe like a teamer deck or something like that. So I think that'd be pretty cool. Overall, the deck had a lot of removal that ended up not being that great since we played against 3 control decks. So if we played against something like vampires or smaller versions of decks, then I think would be okay. The thing that this deck lacks actually is spells to kill bigger creatures. So I noticed once we got into that last game with Grixis mid-range or aggro, whatever it's called, we didn't really have a lot of cards that actually killed the Nicol Bolas besides our own Nicol Bolas and Chandra. Because Cast Down does not kill Nicol Bolas, Legion's End does not, Cry, and Ritual Soot do not either. So our entire package of removal doesn't kill these larger creatures. So I'm guessing that against like a Jund Dinosaurs deck, I think we're not favored at all actually, because we don't have good ways to kill them besides our big planeswalkers. So against like a field full of vampires that we've seen in bigger tournaments and everything, I think this deck is actually really well positioned because we're able to handle the tokens from Scapeshift. We're able to power out some of our big threats, and we have answers to all these problematic vampires, so we can kind of keep them in check while we play our bigger stuff. Once you get into the more mid-rangey and bigger style decks, like maybe the Golos decks or the Yarok decks, that's where we're going to be seeing a bit of an issue, because we can't actually kill Cavalier of Thorns, we can't kill Yarok, can't kill Golos. A lot of those bigger creatures we can't actually handle because Rituals only deals CMC 3 or less, and we're relying way too heavily on our Planeswalkers to kind of do the heavy lifting. Now the sideboard was actually pretty decent. We didn't really get to explore it too far, but you know, it does what it's supposed to do. There's duress and negate for those control matchups. The extra Legion's End was actually going to be pretty helpful if we did end up going against a big token deck. The rest of it just kind of sat there and collected dust while we played against all the control decks. Maybe it's just where I'm at in the matchmaking and the ladder. That we're playing against a lot of these kind of a weird control decks with all these counter spells and such. But overall, I thought the deck was really great. If you're planning on playing against a lot of vampires, or you see that in your future, this is something you want to take a look at, because it utilizes all the best removal and it has a lot of good finishers in it. Now, if you think you're going to go against like Jund Dinos or a lot bigger creatures, like, you know, opposing Nicol Bolas or something like that, maybe you want to switch out Cry of the Carnarium for Bedevil, or try to add more Bedevils instead of Sinister Sabotage. That's probably where you want to be. You want to get more Bedevils into the deck if you feel like you're going to be going against bigger creatures. But if you feel like you're going to be going against a lot of vampires, definitely keep it the way it is, and it'll run really, really nice for you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. It definitely helps out a lot. Again, we post videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday all about Magic the Gathering. And we will be expanding into maybe vlogs, deck techs, other forms of Magic the Gathering, maybe top 10s, top 5s. Anything you want to see, go ahead and put down in the comment section down below. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. And remember, Magic is great and so are you. Stay positive and play Islands.